So, very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on the power within a journey of self transformation. So, my name is Ekta Shah, and I am hosting this session today. So, we are thrilled to have you join us for this enlightening session where we will explore the powerful techniques and insights to unlock your true potential, cultivate self awareness, and embrace positive change. So it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Ms. Almaz Virani. So Almaz is a renowned keynote speaker, public speaking coach, and a corporate trainer and a change maker. So with a wealth of experience in training and coaching over 45,000 individuals across various organizations, she brings a unique she brings a unique blend of expertise and passion to her work. So Almaz is an empaneled coach with Upgrade and a visiting speaker for ISB, where she shares her knowledge on personal branding and communication with multiple individuals. So without any further ado, let's welcome Almaz and embark on this journey of self transformation together. So Almaz, the floor is yours now.
Thank you, Ekta, for everyone. How's everyone doing? Okay, I'm going to start with a very interesting question. Okay, how many of us want more happiness in life? Open the chat box and type me if you want more happiness in life. How many of you want to be more happy? Yeah, let me see if you can hear me, see me clearly, and you're excited about what you're about to discover today. How many of you want to be more happy? Or you can type HAPPY, happy. Yeah. Okay, nice. How many of you want to be more successful in life? More successful. SUCCSS. Please type success in the chat box if you want more success in your life. Maybe you want more success. Amazing. We all want more happiness. We want success. We want more abundance in our life. And here is the myth. We feel that more happiness, more success, more abundance, more wealth, or maybe love is selected few in the world and not for everyone. And today we're going to break that myth because you're going to discover the power that you have within you to be able to manifest and create a life that you truly desire, a life full of abundance, a life full of happiness, a life full of joy, and a life full of and love. I just got a message that my voice is low. Let me just try adjusting my mic again to see if this works. Okay, is it better now? Is it better? Please type better in the chat box. Oh, awesome. Right. So what I was trying to say is that here is a myth. A lot of us think that success, abundance, love, joy, happiness, wealth is only for a selected few and not for all of us. And today I'm going to break that myth. Okay. Today we're going to go deep dive into the power that you have within you to be able to create and manifest a life that you truly want. Right. And once you go out of this program, you're going to discover that all this while, it was you who was holding yourself back. So let's get on to this transformational journey. I'm truly excited to be here. Thank you, Etika, for inviting me. My name is Almaz Virani, and just like Ekta introduced me, I have been in the coaching business for a while now, and I love what I do, but my life always wasn't this fancy, right? You see some newspaper logos on top, and you see this fancy girl with a mic in her hand. I always wasn't like this, right? My life was far from this. As a little girl, I really struggled in life. I was a nagger with an inferiority complex. I struggled to speak. I had a lot of issues with my own identity, right? Because I was truly judged on my skin color, the way I was, the way I looked. And I used to hide myself in the bathroom. So, from literally having no voice to having an amplified voice, where I've been able to help a lot of people discover their own voice through the work that I do. I think I have been blessed enough to work with some really cool people, some good coaches, mentors that have been a part of the journey for me to be able to find the power within myself. Okay. So I just want to tell you one thing. I was not born powerful. Okay. I jumped into power, and so can you. And today's theme, literally for us, is jump into power. So, how many of you want more power in your life? Give me a big POWER, power, in the chat box, and let's get started. This workshop is going to create so much power for you that you're going to be able to actually discover the power that's within you and start this journey of self transformation. I love this energy in the room. It is rocking. Keep talking to me, because this is what we need. Yeah. I want us to do a couple of things before we get started. The first thing I'd like you to do is just keep everything aside for the next few hours, the next 90 minutes, actually. Just keep everything aside. Have a dialogue with me. Keep talking to me. Uh, type in the chat box. I'm going to ask you to do some things. Make sure you have a pen and paper handy, because I'm going to ask you to do some exercises. This is going to be an experiential workshop. This is going to be a dialogue. You're really going to get some time aside to think about what you're doing in life and where you can take your life. So take the next 90 minutes as a gift from your organization to you, so that you get some time to really claim your power. Okay, so let's get started. Um, what is the purpose of life, right? So the purpose of life is to live a life full of purpose. And what is purpose? Purpose is in every single moment of our lives, right? So a lot of people want to discover their big purpose in life. And there's a lot of fad around finding my ikigai and my purpose and doing what my gift is, right? Being able to serve people with my gift. All of that is okay. But in my day-to-day living, am I leading a purposeful life? For example, if I am having a conversation with my child, is that purposeful? If I'm meeting a stranger, am I exchanging good energy? If I am eating food, am I eating mindfully? Am I eating healthy food, good food, eating that mindfully? Right? If I'm using social media, is that purposeful for me? If I am coding a few things on my computer for a client, am I looking at the larger picture and doing it with purpose? So, purpose is in day to day living, right? It's about what you do for the planet, what you do for your family, what you do for yourself, right? So purpose is in day-to-day stuff. And this program is designed to help you find abundance, happiness, balance, purpose, and power within. I am so excited. Yeah, this is stuff that I live on a daily basis. And as I walk you through the program, I'm going to walk you through some parts of my life and how I got to understand that the power truly is within me and nowhere else. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to figure out how to discover or rediscover a new way of life. So, what we want to do is we want to move from an attitude of lack, which is I don't have enough in life, to feeling grateful and having more abundance, creating more abundance in my life, right? Having limiting beliefs. Now, what are limiting beliefs? We're going to talk a lot about that. This is a workshop. You're going to do a lot of work with yourself to understand your limiting beliefs, to moving to empowering beliefs. Okay. Moving from a space of I need to control everything, मैं नहीं करूंगी तो कौन करेगा, I have to take charge of stuff, to surrendering and trusting the universe to do things for you. Self-doubt to loving myself and embracing myself, accepting myself, from doing too much, being busy, 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 to sitting down, relaxing, and being more. Being extremely achievement oriented. What is achievement orientation? Achievement orientation is good, right? It's also one of the what is it? It's one of the competencies for a lot of organizations, and I know that because I worked in HR for a long time. But achievement, when it is linked to temporary ambition, that is not sustainable. We're talking about sustainable success, where you're just becoming successful over and over again, and it's more sustainable for you. Self-sabotage. Does anyone know what this term is? It's a fancy term. Please open your chat box and tell me, what do you think is self-sabotage? self-sabotage. It's a very weird word, fancy word, but very important. If you want to rediscover a new you, you need to understand this is problematic. Nobody knows what self sabotage is? Hampering self confidence. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Destroy. You're close. You're close. Shrikanda. Hit wicketed. Destroy your own self, Srinivas. That is so cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. अपने हाथ से पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारना. Okay. So I'm going to use a very popular metaphor that we're seeing everywhere on the internet. You see red flags, okay, in a guy or a girl, and you still want to go crashing into that relationship. That's self-sabotage. And you've been doing it over and over again. You know it is not good for you, you will still do it. Or let's say, for example, you know that you don't want to eat the junk food, you want to be healthy, you want to lose weight, you already have a lot of health problems because of the food that you're eating, but you're still eating the junk food. Okay, you still have the habits that you don't need to have. You know smoking is taking you on a wrong path, it's not helping you, you want to stop it but you can't, so it is self-sabotage. Okay, so moving from self-sabotage to commitment towards building a better powerful life that serves you. Okay, moving from need to desire. Need or desire mein kya fark hai? What do you think is the difference between need and desire? Come on, open your chat box and tell me, is there a difference? Need and desire. I need something and I desire something. Need is essential. Okay. So what is desire? Need is basic and required. Okay. 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 Now here, need is very strong. It's like neediness. Um, we can't live without. Yeah. So I need this and I am too dependent on it. I'm too attached to it. And if I don't get it, then there's an imbalance in my system, in my life. And that is not healthy, right? When we get stuck with things that mujhe mila hi kyun nahi mila, right? So that is neediness. From there, we want to move to having beautiful desires that we will manifest as we move along. Okay. Uh, Moving from darkness to light, and we're going to talk a lot about darkness and light today. We all have unlimited light within us, but it is the darkness that comes from our thoughts that pollutes the light within, and we want to move from darkness to light, and we want to move from anger to compassion. This list can go on. These are just a few things, and today we're going to see how to claim our power by moving from this list on the left to the list on the right. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is open your notepad and pen, and I'd like you to write down which out of these are most difficult for you. Okay, maybe pick up about 3 of them. What are the 3 things that you really struggle with? For example, one of you could say that my biggest issue is that I'm doing too much. I'm busy all the time. I'm not able to be and relax. Or somebody would say that I have a lot of limiting beliefs. Now, what are limiting beliefs? Beliefs are beliefs like I can never be successful. I can never manifest a partner. I am not good enough. I am not rich enough. My life is never going to change. Mera naseeb kharab hai, blah, blah, blah. So those could be limiting beliefs, right? Or somebody would say, I have an anger issue. Or somebody would say, I tend to self-sabotage a lot, right? So pick up any 3 out of this that you want to move from and to. Okay. So I'm giving you about 20 seconds to pick your 3. Put it in the chat box if you like, or put it on your notepad and keep that handy. Yeah. The first step is to really identify what is it that you need to move away from. Identification is really the first step. So I'm giving you about 20 seconds to identify your top 3 areas that you want to move away from. And then we'll get started. Okay. Okay, Rashna says limiting beliefs, self-doubt, anger, doing. Okay. This would be a nice experiment. Would be nice to know what is coming up as common for a lot of us. I know self-doubt usually comes up as a common thing. Lack, self-doubt, achievement, lack, control, need, lack, anger, self-sabotage, self-doubt, lack. Okay, okay. So looks like lack is also coming up as a major theme. And there is self-doubt and self-sabotage. Self-doubt and self-sabotage are linked beautifully together, and we will talk about that in a while. Okay, lovely. So now that you've identified what are the things that you'd like to move, I'm inviting you to jump into power. Yeah, so I hope you're ready. What we're going to do is jump into power using the 4 tools of jump into power. If you are ready to get started, if you want to make the most out of this and move into a space of abundant living, of claiming your inner power and having that self transformation that you've always wanted, I'd like you to type ready in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are ready. I need more energy in the room. We need more participation. We have to create very, very positive energy as we embark on this journey of self transformation. Fantastic, fantastic. It's lovely to see this energy going. Yes, yes, yes. You're ready. You're ready. I am 200% ready to serve you today. So let's just get started. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So the first tool, like I said, there are 4 tools. The first tool that we're going to talk about is jumping into new beliefs. Okay. Now, I want you to listen to this very, very carefully, and I want you to write this down somewhere. Okay. Belief, belief is a chronic thought. Okay. Belief is nothing but a chronic thought. I'm going to put that in the chat box. Belief is equal to chronic thought. अब chronic का क्या मतलब है? What is chronic? Does anyone know what is chronic? Chronic thought. What is chronic? Severe? Yeah. Something that lasts long, never ending. Been there for a while. Yeah, 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 yeah. Strong, right? Chronic pain hota hai na? वैसा belief is nothing but a chronic thought, which means the thought that has been penetrating into your mind over and 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 over again becomes a belief. Okay. And this belief is usually ingrained in our subconscious mind. Okay. Now, gaur se sunna what what I'm about to tell you. Earlier, science believed that when you see something, when you see something, you believe it. That's what science used to say, right? I need proof. I need to be able to see to believe something. Now, science is saying that when I believe something, I will end up seeing it, right? That's what science is saying today. Astrophysics is saying that. We're saying that when I believe something deeply, I'm going to end up manifesting it. I'm going to end up seeing it. Now, what did I tell you? Belief is what? Chronic thought. मैंने ये नहीं कहा whether it is bad thought or good thought. मैंने कहा belief is equal to chronic thought, which means a repetitive thought. Now, if you have a negative repetitive thought, it is going to become a belief, and that belief is something that you will end up seeing it. For example, if your belief is that मेरा ना नसीब ही खराब है, मेरे साथ कभी कुछ अच्छा नहीं हो सकता, हमेशा गड़बड़ होती है. Now that has become a chronic thought because you've been telling yourself that over and over and over again, and that has become a belief. Now that belief is going to manifest into reality because when you believe something, you end up seeing it. So what happens is that over and over again, when you say something, okay, Sai, I'll keep that in mind. I will keep this strictly in English. I hope everybody understands English here. Everybody understands. Please type yes in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Great. 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 Fantastic. So the example is that if you say that, I am, I really am unlucky. If your belief is that I am unlucky, nothing good can ever happen to me, everything always gets messed up no matter what I do, that is going to happen, right? Because when you believe something, you end up seeing it, right? On the other hand, if your belief is, I am super lucky, I am the lucky charm, whenever I walk into a shop, I see 10 more people walking, right? I am lucky for everybody. If that is your thought, that becomes a belief. Now, any repetitive thought becomes a belief, which means we need to understand what are the beliefs that are serving me and what are the beliefs that are not serving me. Okay. So, first thing is to realize that your belief is creating your reality. Now, there is a lot of content around this subject, and this came into popularity with this book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. How many of you have read The Secret? Type secret in the chat box if you've read it or seen it. It's a movie. It's called The Secret, and it talks about the law of attraction, or maybe you would have heard about the law of attraction. So, if you can just type LOA or secret, right? For those of you who haven't seen it, I recommend you go and watch it. It's a movie that you will find online. It's called The Secret, but there are a lot of duplicate ones. So just go find the one with Rhonda Byrne. There is also a book by this name. So please go watch the movie or buy the book. Okay. Now, what this says, what this phenomenon says is that there is a law called the law of attraction. Okay, what is it called? It's called the law of attraction. Please type law of attraction in the chat box that you remember it. Law of attraction. Now, what this says is that whatever we think and believe is what we will attract into our life. Okay, whatever you're thinking and believing is what you will attract into your life. Now, I'm going to give you some cool insights. Okay, an average human being thinks about 65,000 thoughts on a daily basis. How many? 65,000 thoughts. Type 65,000 thoughts in the chat box that you remember it. 65,000 thoughts on a daily basis. Okay. And normally these thoughts are random thoughts. For example, you are listening to me right now, but your mind is already working. You're thinking about plans for the weekend. You're thinking about maybe self sabotage. You're still stuck there. Or you're probably thinking about something that I said that resonated with you. You're thinking about your work, your boss, your wife. I don't know. But right now you're thinking about plenty of things. And there are so many thoughts on autopilot and they're always active. It is said that if thoughts were visible, you and I would be blind right now. We wouldn't be able to see each other because there are so many thoughts. And today, science is saying that when I take a microscope and I put it on something, I can see that it's moving, right? So if I were to take a microscope and I were to put it on this mic, I will see atoms and molecules. And everything is energy. Science is saying that everything is energy, and thoughts also have energy. Okay. Thoughts also have energy. And every thought that you're thinking is actually creating a reality for you because it has a certain energy, it has a certain frequency. And with that frequency, with that energy, it goes and attracts things that match that frequency and energy into your life. I know it may seem like, what is it that I'm trying to tell you? Is this some magical nonsense? Well, this is science. Okay, you can study about it, but you know what? If it works for you to think good thoughts and create a better life, why not? So I have been using the law of attraction in my life for a long time now, almost a decade. And I use it with several of my clients. And I can tell you that their life has changed phenomenally. And so can yours, right? You can actually change your life just by thinking differently. Because when you think a repetitive thought, you create a belief, and your belief can create a new reality. Okay. Whatever it is that you're thinking can create your reality. Okay. So this is something that we need to understand as step one. So if you ever thought that my life sucks, my life is bad, I am unlucky, I don't deserve much, I don't know why this happens to me, go and take a look at the conversation you're having with yourself, the belief that you have about life, the thought patterns. Watch your language, watch your thoughts. And you will notice that whatever you're thinking is what is manifesting into your life in different areas of your life. Okay. What we're going to do is a very, very interesting exercise. And I do this with top notch clients. Again, I'm going to give it to you right now as a free hack. Take it. You will love this exercise. Okay. Are you ready for this? So, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go back to your childhood, and I'd like you to identify what were some of the dialogues, actual dialogues that you heard from your parents, caretakers, or if you were in a joint family, people that said stuff. So, for example, I remember my mother used to say things like, we need to save money. If we don't save money for the future, we're going to be in a mess. She said that in her native language. I'm translating it. Okay. Um, my mom also used to say things like, I remember she used to really, really blame her destiny. We just have a bad destiny. We're unlucky. So everything nothing's going to ever work out. Another thing she would say is that I have to do everything. If I don't do it, who will do it? So I remember listening to this, and they became part of my language and vocabulary. Okay, till I realized that I needed to stop. So what I want you to do is take 2 minutes right now and write down what are some of these actual dialogues, word for word dialogues that you heard from your mother or father repetitively. Every household has some dialogues that are repeated, right? So, what were these dialogues that you heard growing up? And some of them you actually use today without even realizing it. So, take about 2 minutes, write it. Okay, you don't have to only you just have to write it in your notepad. You don't have to share it in the chat box if you're not comfortable, or if you're comfortable, then put it in the chat box. Would love to hear. Only study will help you in future, nothing else. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Ajay, so much for being brave enough to share that with us. What are some other things that you heard growing up? What were these limiting beliefs that you heard? Money doesn't grow on trees. If you don't work hard, who will marry you? Or for the girls, it must have been you better learn some household work. What are you going to feed your husband? Study well, don't waste money. Save money, that will save you in the future. He is shy, not able to speak. Hmm. Yeah. I was literally told she's dumb. She's dumb. Why? Just because I didn't have a very fair skin color, they call me dumb. I had a brain. I was the topper in my class, but people assumed I was dumb. But you see, that became a limiting belief for me for a long time. Education will give respect from others. Ah, nice. Yeah, yeah. Even things like respect your elders, give respect, get respect. No, nobody says give respect, get respect. They only say give respect. There is no getting respect business that is taught to us. पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो बनोगे नवाब खेलोगे कूदोगे तो बनोगे खराब. Okay, money can't buy happiness. Yeah, until Dubai said, Habibi, come to Dubai. Sharing everything without any secret. Yeah, so some families encourage it. Some families say, no, 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 you're oversharing. You don't need to share. Keep it limited. Why do you need to share everything? Keep everything secret. Yeah. People will have evil eye, so don't share much. Right. Now, whatever it is that you've written down, I'd like you to go back and think, has this affected your life in any way? Has this become like a limiting belief for you internally? And some of this is so subconscious, we don't even realize it, right? So, for example, I'm just going to pick a random example here, which is you need to study properly to get money. Now, if this was a belief for someone, one of the two things would have happened. One is the person studied too much, okay, and that became a belief and an understanding that I really, really need to study. Otherwise, I can't make. There is no other way on planet Earth to make money than to actually study, which is not true, right? There's so many people who are billionaires who are dropouts, but it's a belief. Or otherwise, what would have happened with this individual is this individual would have said, you know what, I'm going to rebel. I'm never going to study. So each of these extremes are not good. But I want you to take a look at this list and see what actually manifested in your life. So if you were called shy, did it have an impact in your life? Or if you were shown the scarcity of money, do you struggle with money issues today? Right? or if you were given this understanding that, why do I see a lot of study here? A lot of it is around study and money, huh? So if you had these issues, if you had these thoughts growing up, does it translate into issues for you today? I'd like you to give that a thought. And because of that, do you now have excuses? So, for example, if I was told that I was not beautiful as a child, and I'll never get a prince charming on a white horse. I'll never get married. There won't be any rishta coming to my house. I mean, there won't be a marriage proposal coming to my house because, I don't look good. If that stayed with me, and it did for a while, okay, till I had to heal myself and change my belief system, if that stayed with an individual, then she would end up not attracting the relationship she wanted, right? And the excuse would be, oh, I'm not good enough, or this person is not good, so I don't want to go ahead, or there is a problem with this person. I would start looking for excuses not to get into a relationship. But the real issue is that I didn't think I was good enough. You understand? So, for example, if you want to start a business, and if your understanding is that you will only be able to make money through education and no other source, then what is going to happen is you're going to find excuses to be able to support that belief. And this is how we self sabotage. If you've always been a certain size, okay, let's say you've been a little healthy, a little overweight, you are so used to seeing yourself in that size, knowing with your belief that this is your size and you can never be thin. Being thin is only for influencers on Instagram. It's not for me. If that is my belief, what is going to be my excuse? My excuse would be, oh, I can't control my hunger, or I can't exercise. My bones are too weak. I can't do this, right? And what I would do is I would sit there on the couch watching Netflix, binging, eating junk food, not getting up, not exercising, which is called self sabotage. So you see where it all starts from. It all starts from the beliefs that I have. So the first thing I want you to do is make a list of all the beliefs that are not serving you. Okay. Then look at how it is impacting your life. And then see what are the excuses that you're making. How are you sabotaging? How are you destroying the life that you really want to create? Okay. And then you make the paradigm shift. And that paradigm shift can happen when you cultivate a new story. When you cultivate a new story. So I'm going to give you a couple of exercises to do. These are things I have done for years. Okay. All my clients do it. And you have to do it consistently. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay. Beliefs cannot change overnight. I'll tell you how beliefs change. So, for example, if this is a bottle of water, okay, with black, dirty water, and I put pure water into it, the black is not going to disappear suddenly, right? It's going to take a while for the white water to fill this up till no black is left. Now, the black that I'm referring to are negative thoughts and beliefs. If we want to change that and replace it with good, positive beliefs, okay, it has to be done consistently. It's like reprogramming your mind, decoding your mind to be able to create new beliefs. Because when you believe something, what happens? Come on, are you awake? Let me ask you. When you believe something, what happens? You end up what? You end up dash it. What is it? When you believe something, you end up seeing it. When you believe something, you end up seeing it. So you want to believe good things. So you need to replace the negative thought pattern that you have with positive thoughts and create a positive story for yourself. Now, the problem is a lot of us start thinking positive, right? How many of you think positive here? Please type positive in the chat box. Let me see how many of you actually think positive. If you're with me and if you do think positive, please type positive in the chat box. Quite a few of you? Okay. Now, here's the deal with thinking positive. We think positive for one day, 1 week, maybe even for a month. And then when things don't change, we say this positive thinking is bullshit. It's BS. It doesn't work. It's crap. And we go back to our old thinking pattern, right? Now, here is the problem. We need to understand that changing the negative blueprint that we have takes time. It takes time. Okay. It's like going to the gym. How many of you work out here? Please type workout in the chat box. Anyone here who works out, goes to the gym? Right. Now, for those of you who work out, you know that the muscle doesn't pop up in one day. You have to keep working out. The first day when you go to the gym and you lift weights, does the muscle come up? No, heck no. Similarly, when you're thinking positive, you're not going to be able to manifest a new reality and positive stuff in your life instantly. May happen, but may not happen either. Because you're trying to rewire your brain with positive thoughts and influences and beliefs, and that takes time. So you have to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it till you are able to replace the negative thought pattern with the positive thought pattern, right? Um, and that kind of takes time. So how do you do that? So there are two ways to do it, okay? And I'm going to share both the ideas with you. Time is limited, so I want to share what is the best that I can do, right? So it's a process. I'd like you to first list down all your negative beliefs, everything negative. Take a piece of paper, write down everything negative that you tend to tell yourself, all the negative beliefs that you have about yourself, about people, about life, about money, about issues, anything negative that comes to your mind, which you tend to say to yourself a lot. Make a list of that and see a pattern. Look at it and say, actually, this particular belief of mine is seen in so many areas of my life. Okay. So, for example, if I feel I'm underconfident, and I work with a lot of people because I'm a public speaking coach, so I get this a lot. People say that I don't feel confident of myself. And they will usually see that their spouse also pulls them down, their boss pulls them down, right? Their relatives pull them down. And they keep seeing these incidents everywhere because they believe they're underconfident. It happens in every area of their life. So make a list of your beliefs, look at where it is translating into actual incidents manifesting in your life, and then see what is the new belief that you want to create. So, for example, if I feel that I'm not confident, what is the new belief that I want? The new belief could be I am super confident. I can talk to anybody, right? Or people are amazed when they see my charm and confidence. Now, that is a belief that you can create for yourself. Trust me, I did. And I see that now. I have people who tell me that I am confident because I built this confidence in my belief in my head first. Okay. So, what we need to do is create new belief systems, also known as affirmations. I'm putting that in the chat box. Okay. Affirmations are statements in present tense that are positive. For example, I am confident. Instead of saying I'm not confident, you say I'm confident. Now you'd ask me, do I need to fake it till I make it? Well, you have to keep programming your brain to believe something. Once your brain starts believing it, then you will end up seeing that reality in your life. But let's say you don't believe that you are a billionaire now. That somebody would say, I want to write, I'm a billionaire, but I don't believe it. Of course, you will not believe it. So what you can say is that I choose to believe that I could be a billionaire someday. I choose to believe that I am a billionaire someday. I choose to believe, or I make that choice. So you can write these things, okay? And create an affirmation for yourself. Create a new story. So what I'd like you to do is write affirmations, make a list of your negative beliefs first, and then translate them into positive beliefs, okay? The second thing I want you to do is we have the weekend coming up. If you can take some time off, sit in a corner somewhere uninterrupted, and just write a new story. What is it that you want in your life? What's not working? What is it that you'd like to change? And this new story should have nothing negative. Negative is something you've already written now, things that are not working for you. What is the new story? Like literally paint that picture. 1 year down the line, 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line, whatever is the time reality that you want for yourself, what is this new story that you want to create? And I'd like you to write that down in as much detail as possible. Okay. And you would take a look at this every day, every day, every day. You would read it. You will read these affirmations. You will listen to them every day, every day. Why? Because we are trying to plant a new belief and replace the old belief. Okay. Another thing that you can do, so first is affirmations. The second is write your new story. The third is create a vision board. Anyone who understands a vision board or knows what a vision board is, type VB, vision board, in the chat box. Anyone who knows what a vision board is? Rashna says yes. What about the others? Vision board. Anyone has an idea of what is a vision board? No? Okay. Two of us? Okay. So a vision board is nothing but a culmination of pictures of things that you want to manifest in your life. Okay. So, for example, one of the things that I want to manifest in my life is I want to go watch the Northern Lights with my partner and meditate under the Northern Lights. So I've actually got a picture of a couple under the Northern Lights, and I've got that on my vision board. Okay, so vision board is nothing but a piece of paper or a canvas, and you take pictures of what you want to manifest in your life and you put it up there. Okay, and you keep it in a place where you can see it every day, because the human mind is so beautiful, it can actually absorb pictures. And when you look at pictures every day, you're creating a belief in your subconscious mind. And remember, when you believe it is when you will see it. Okay. And that is how you will establish new reality with new beliefs. So I want you to get started this weekend. You have a lot of work to do. Start looking at your life, your current belief system, the things that you tell yourself that don't serve you. Look at how it is impacting your reality. What are the excuses that you're coming up with? And then create new affirmations, new stories, and a new vision board. It would be lovely if you can send your vision boards to Ekta and the team. We would love to see what you've been able to create. If there is a way for you to communicate with us, I would love to see what kind of vision boards you come up with, right? So, how many of you are actually having fun right now and feel that there is a lot to explore in this session? Please type explore in the chat box if you think you're exploring a lot, there's a lot to take away, and you are excited about what's coming up, because there is so much coming your way right now, right? Yeah, I'm glad a lot of you exploring. And this is just a 90-minute session. I am only planting seeds for you. You need to water them, you need to grow your plant, and then see your new realities. Brilliant. I'm excited to see this energy in the room. So, that is the first tool. And the first tool is we need to jump into new beliefs by changing our thought patterns. Okay. The second tool that I want to talk to you about to explore our self transformation journey, to explore the power within, is to jump into the feeling of gratitude. Can anyone tell me what is gratitude? What is gratitude according to you? Just open the chat box. Tell me, what is gratitude? How do you understand gratitude? What does it mean to you? Respect. Thank you. Okay. Thanking someone. Okay. Being grateful is being thankful. Okay. Okay. For everything in life, being thankful for something or someone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's a feeling of thanks, right? It's a feeling of being content. Okay. And the beauty of gratitude is when you feel grateful, you don't feel the lack of that in your life, because you're usually thanking somebody for something that you have. I cannot thank you for something that I don't have. I will thank you for something that I have, that you've given me, right? So when you are grateful, you're focusing on what you have, like Sri Harsha said, and not what you don't have. Okay. And this is so powerful as a tool if you want to jump into your own power and the power within. We need to move into gratitude. Okay. Now, what we need to do is, first of all, understand what all do we take for granted. Please open the chat box. Let's do a brilliant dumping brainstorming exercise. What do we take for granted? Can you tell me? As human beings, what all do we take for granted? Family and friends, okay. What else? Parents, okay. What else do we take for granted? Our time, okay. What else? Life, natural resources, wife, earth, health, life, parents. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My friends, you'll be shocked, not just surprised, shocked to know the number of things we take for granted. Okay. For example, your eyelashes have a certain role to play in your body, right? This chin here is holding this muscle is holding your face together. Are we grateful for this bone and muscle, right? We all know about the butterfly theory, which means that a butterfly in one corner of the world is affecting the ecosystem and the environment in another part of the world. Are we grateful for that? Are we grateful for the milkman who drops the milk at the doorstep every morning? Are we grateful for the women that are standing right now in the middle of the heat in the tea estates trying to pull out tea leaves so that you get the society or the Tata tea gold refined in your house in packets? Just imagine the number of processes that one tea packet has gone through just so that you can have that tea in the teacup on your table. Just think about it. It all starts with somebody planting that tea leaf to somebody seeing it watch, grow, pluck it, put it in the factory, multiple hands in the factory, packaging it, then coming through different distributors, truck drivers. There's so much. Finally, coming to the retail store and then coming to your house. Are we grateful? Are we grateful? Stuff to think about, right? When we think of gratitude, we normally think of just very basic things in life. For example, our parents, our children, our spouses, the jobs that we have, and maybe our body. That's it. But there's so much more to be grateful for. And today I'm going to show you how to be more grateful, right? And after today, you're going to realize that, oh my God, I don't have a right to complain. If you want to constantly stay in this high frequency, high energy, okay, if you want to manifest more into your life, then gratitude is a magical instrument to do that. So many spiritual and religious texts talk about gratitude. The more you're grateful for, the more you will get. And if you're less grateful, what you have will also be taken away, right? So are you really grateful? Gratitude can change your lives in multiple ways. If you have children, how many of you are parents here? Type me in the chat box. I'm going to give you a beautiful little thing to do, which can change a lot for your kids as well. Brilliant. So I remember when my son was younger, we used to do this little exercise, and sometimes we still do it now, is that we count 5 things we are grateful for every night before we sleep. Okay. And that kind of remained as a habit with the boy. He still has that habit. And every night before he goes to sleep, he wants to count those 5 things he's grateful for. It is just so powerful because the kind of stuff that you remember the last thing before you sleep has an impact on your dreams, the quality of your sleep, and also when you wake up. There's so much that you're manifesting even when you're sleeping, right? So gratitude can change a lot for you. I want to share something very interesting with you, okay? So please listen to this very carefully. Anger and gratitude, the feeling of anger and the feeling of gratitude cannot coexist at the same time in the same individual. For example, I cannot feel angry and grateful at that same very moment at the same time. Okay, I can feel it in 2 different seconds or minutes, but not at the same time in that moment. It's not possible. If you have gratitude, your anger will fizzle out, right? So gratitude can shape your life differently. The more grateful you are, the more you're going to get. I'm going to give you a formula, and I'd like all of you to type it right now. Okay, it is super important. Once you understand it, you will know how to find the power within. And the formula is, are you ready for this? Please write this down. Energy grows where energy goes. Energy grows where energy goes. Okay? Energy grows where energy goes. What does this mean? This means that whatever I focus on will grow. Whatever I focus on will grow. Now, a lot of you work for corporates and you know that, let's say, for example, one KPI or number is not doing well in the organization. All of us put all our energy in improving that KPI or that number for that client or for that product, and it starts improving. Haven't we seen that? Right? Energy grows where energy goes. Whatever you focus on will grow. Life is like a microscope. You know what a microscope is? Or let's say a magnifying glass, just to make life easy. A magnifying glass. If I were to put the magnifying glass on a dustbin, what am I going to see? I'm going to see a lot of big waste. The waste is going to magnify, right? The kachara, the waste is going to magnify. But if I take the same magnifying glass and I put it, let's say, on a jar full of rice, right? Or I put it on fruits, or I put it on something that's nice. I put it on flowers. That is going to blossom. That is going to grow. Energy goes where energy grows where energy goes. Whatever you focus on will grow. So the secret to manifesting what you want to have in life and to explore a more powerful life, to explore the power within, is to be grateful. Focus on what you have. Focus on what you have rather than what you don't have. And I'm going to give you an entire system how to do it, which is called the gratitude marathon. Yeah. If you would like to know what the gratitude marathon is, I'd like you to type marathon in the chat box. I just want to check if everyone's awake. Everyone is with me. We're doing a lot of exercises. I'm going to give you something super cool for you to walk back away with, right? So what is a gratitude marathon? A gratitude marathon is writing down 10 things that you are grateful for every day for 30 days. But the condition is you should not repeat a single thing. Wow. Right. And initially you might think it's impossible. Like, I can't be grateful for so many things. But by the time you reach day 30, you will realize you have another 300 things to be grateful for. Okay. So how do you do that? You do that by expanding your sphere of gratitude. Expanding your sphere of gratitude. Now, how do you do that? So, for example, when I asked you, what are the things you take for granted? You said your parents, your family, your health. So that's immediate circle. Okay. So your first circle, your first sphere is immediate, which revolves around your family, your job, your body, and yourself, right? It's pretty much that much. And whatever you own, your materialistic. So my house, my car, these are things I'm grateful for. Second sphere, okay, second sphere is stuff around me in the planet. Okay, so look at everything. For example, the road that I walk on, the sky, the mountain, the trees, the planet, the moon, the stars, right? The galaxy, whatever comes to your mind in terms of the environment around you. So one is the planet, which is the physical environment, and then the ecosystem of people around you. So, for example, the milkmaid, like I said, you have your vegetable guy, you have your boss, people who are serving you on a daily basis, right? Directly, indirectly. Even, for example, the sweeper that comes and sweeps the road is somebody you could be grateful for, right? The third sphere is your body. And I'd like you to do some research on the body, and you are going to be amazed on how beautiful our body is and how beautifully it works. We don't have to do anything to make our body work. Imagine if you were sitting here and you had to constantly give commands to your kidney to pump, to remove toxins from your body, or for your heart to pump blood. It would be so difficult, right? Right now, you and I are sitting and everything is happening on autopilot. I don't have to worry about how my body is functioning. Just go and do research on the eye, only on the eye, and you're going to be surprised. Do some research on the teeth, and you're going to be surprised at the number of things you can be grateful for. They say there is an entire universe inside of us. Okay, there's a universe outside, but there's an entire universe inside human body. Okay, and everything has meaning, has purpose. The layers of your skin, the nerves inside your body, every organ of your body, everything is designed to serve you. How can we not be grateful? So expand your sphere of gratitude. Okay, so the gratitude marathon is you write 10 things you're grateful for, change them every day, go up to 30 days, which is 300 days. And by then you would have expanded your sphere of gratitude. So focus on not just on my house and my car and the money that I make and the salary and my wife and my parents and my boss. Move beyond that. Look at people that are not literally connected to you but still serving you in many ways. I gave you examples of that, right? And this could be very, very random. For example, it could be the person who actually the laborer who was involved in building the metro so that I can take the metro, right? Or the company who is printing the machines, or the printing machine company that prints the tickets of the metro so that I'm able to take that and travel. I don't know. I'm just giving you random ideas. Look around you, everything you should be grateful for. And the third sphere is your body. Every little micro part of your body, every cell of your body, every cell is alive, right? Every cell of your body understands, it has a mechanism. And the more you're grateful for, you will see those areas of your life becoming healthy. Can you be also grateful? The last sphere, especially for people who want more money in their life, more abundance in their life, if that is a challenge for you, what I would really recommend is you write a lot of gratitude towards the money that you already have. Now, when I say money that you already have, it doesn't really have to be cash. It has to be things around you. So, for example, this sofa that I have, okay, this mic that I have, it's all with money. This ring that I'm wearing, for example, right? Or this phone that I have, the book that I have, this table, all of this is money. The groceries that is coming to my house is money. Can I be grateful? The more I am grateful for what I have, the more I will get of that in my life. Okay. So the number one thing you need to do to change your life right now, start that transformation within, is to be grateful. So the first tool was change your beliefs. The second tool was gratitude. If you liked this section on gratitude and you are committed to being more grateful, I'd like you to type gratitude in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are really committed to being grateful. I would like to see big gratitude in the chat box. If you want gratitude to be a part of your life, you're going to embrace gratitude. You're really going to focus on being more grateful in your life. Fantastic, fantastic. And I guarantee you, your life is going to change. I have seen it change in front of my eyes. Okay. The more grateful you are, the better your life will be. The third thing that I want to talk to you about is mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Has anyone heard of this term before? What is mindfulness? Fancy terms, huh? Almas is coming up with fancy terms today. What is mindfulness? Does anyone know? Okay, so mindfulness is literally the art of staying in the moment where nothing really bothers you. You're in the moment, being in the present moment. Thank you. Thank you, Anuja, being in the present moment. Okay. One school of thought says that if you think positive thoughts, positive things will happen. The other school of thought is don't think any thoughts, because God/universe knows what to give you and gives you the best and will give you what is meant for you. When we're thinking negative, we are attracting more negative things into our life. I'm saying don't even think positive. Can you just be in the present moment? Right? And there's a lot of talk around meditation these days, right? Everyone's talking about meditation. And today you're going to find out what meditation is and why is it so important. Okay. And this is so mind blowing. Once you start living life like this, you will actually explore the power within yourself. Okay. So let me ask you this. When we wake up in the morning, what is the first thing that we do after we look at our phones? What do we do? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? After scrolling your phone, what do you do? You pray, okay? What else? Come on, what's the most obvious thing? What do all of us do? What do billions of people on this planet do when they wake up? It's a universal thing. Brush, okay, what else? What is the most? I am surprised. Nobody does this. We're all human beings. What do human beings do in the morning when they wake up? Freshen up. What is freshen? Washroom. Thank you, Farhan. Washroom. We go to the washroom, right? Why do we go to the washroom? We go to the washroom to remove excess stuff from our body. Okay. And this is where I would like to use a Hindi term, which is kachra. We want to remove waste from our body. Now, nature has given us a mechanism to remove waste from our physical body. Physical waste easily taken off from the body whenever not needed. But what about the waste over here? Aha, right? We are absorbing so much kachra, so much waste into our mind because we live in a generation. We're just consuming mindless data all the time. Instagram, Facebook, we're scrolling, we're looking at hoardings, advertisements. You open the phone, there's so much data all the time. And then there are virtual sessions. So you have so much data that you're collecting, but there is no mechanism, there is no switch to release everything that you've absorbed. So what happens is this keeps getting full. It gets full. And then people reach a breaking point. And that breaking point, sometimes it's called depression, sometimes it's called a nervous breakdown, and we lose our power. Okay. And that is why meditation is no longer a luxury. Meditation is a necessity. And what is meditation? Okay. And like I told you, in all of the definitions, this is something that really makes sense to me. What I told you is you want to be able to release the waste from your mind. This is what I've come to understand. In my understanding of the definition of meditation, it is about emptying the mind. Just like you empty your stomach in the washroom every day, you have to empty your mind. Okay. Which means you allow all your thoughts to come up, you relax, you take a deep breath, you sit down, and you allow all your thoughts to come up and leave you till you reach an empty space. By the way, the bonus is if you stay till the end of the session, we're going to do a meditation exercise. Okay. So, what you want to do is silence your mind. You silence your mind. If there is a thought that's coming in, you have a choice. You have a choice. Okay. We all have this superpower and this choice to think our thoughts or to stop thinking. Nobody can take that away from you. People can take away what you have in your hand, but they cannot take away your thought. Only you can. Okay. And this whole idea of I have too much to do, too much to do, too much to do, this can be very difficult. Why? Because energy grows where energy goes. What do you focus on grows. So if you keep saying, I'm busy, guess what? You're going to be more busy. So what you want to do is to be mindful, is to move from doing too many things, multitasking, this, that, too many stuff, too many things all the time. You focus on being more. How do you be more? You stay here in this moment with your 5 senses and you work from here. Which are the 5 senses? Can anyone give me the 5 senses in the chat box? We have 5 senses that we live with. What are those 5 senses? 5 senses. One of them is see. Yeah. What else? Feel, touch, smell. Smell, nose, hear. Thank you. So it is see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. These are our 5 senses. And if you can expand the awareness on these five senses, you will be more mindful. See, human beings came to this planet to experience life through five senses, and that is where the power is. But what is happening is we're destroying those senses. Excess Zomato, we've lost our sense of touch, taste. Excess music, we've forgotten our sense of hearing, right? We're seeing so much, scrolling all the time, we're losing our sense of sight. But what if we actually decided to walk on the grass or look at the trees, look at something that's more natural? What if we were to cook a wholesome meal and enjoy it fully, right? In the moment, one moment at a time, fully enjoying it. What if we were to able to hug our children and be in the moment with them? That is being mindful. Okay. And that is when life will start flowing for you. Right now, what is happening is we're eating food, but we're also watching something at the same time. We're not in the moment. Right now, when you're listening to me, are you here or are you somewhere else? Okay, I'm going to write something in the, just give me a minute, okay? Yeah, I'm going to write something here, okay? And I would like you to read it, okay, very quickly. What is this? Now, some of you may have read it as nowhere, whereas some of you may have read it, may have read it as now here. Aha. So the difference is the pause, right? You're either nowhere or now here, depending on the pause. So take a pause. Are you in this moment? I'll give you a small exercise, which is again a bonus. Just take it. It's a daily exercise that I do regularly. Okay. What you can do is time yourself. So open your stopwatch, time yourself for 1 minute. How much? 60 seconds, only 1 minute. 60 seconds. I'd like you to do nothing for 60 seconds and just be. Do nothing. 60 seconds of only breathing and just observing. So, for example, if I'm sitting here, I just sit and observe this mic without adding any thought to it. This mic is bad, good, small, big, handle is dirty, clean, black, white. No, I just look at it. I just expand into my sense of sight and I look at this mic. Okay, I eat a chocolate and I enjoy that chocolate fully. I only focus and expand on my sense of taste and I increase it. I bring a perfume and I smell it and I expand my sense of smell, right? I take maybe a pillow from somewhere and I just sit with the pillow and I feel the pillow fully. So 1 minute of experiencing five senses, if you can do this twice a day, just being in the moment, experiencing your five senses fully, you will be amazed. You'll be like, Almaz, what is it? I am really enjoying everything. And this is getting high without getting high, right? Because you don't need anything. You just need to expand your sense of awareness. You need your senses. You will be able to expand them and you will be able to experience stuff even more and beautifully. 1 minute. 1 minute is a very, very small duration of time. If you cannot take 1 minute out to do nothing, then there is a serious problem, right? So 1 minute breaks. Please type 1 minute breaks in the chat box so that you remember it. Take these 1 minute breaks for yourself and make sure that you slow down. Imagine that time has really slowed down in this 1 minute. Very, very slow. Like just imagine if there was a clock in front of you, that clock is going super slow. It's 1 minute, very slow, slow down, do nothing, just be with your five senses. Okay. And if you start living life in the moment, trust me, your life's going to change. I'm going to give you a book that you can read, okay? And this book is called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's a beautiful book. If you can get your hands on this book, it's called The Power of Now. I'm putting it in the chat box. And you will realize that life is happening in this moment, just like Kung Fu Panda says, right? In the movie, they say that the past is, I forgot the dialogue, but they say the past is gone and the future is something I don't remember, but the present is a gift, and that's why it is called the present, right? So, can we stay in this present moment to really claim our power within? Because we truly have power. The point of power is always in the present moment, like Louis here says. Yeah, Ugwe says yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That's why it's called the present, right? Absolutely. So can we live in the present moment as much as possible? And the fourth tool to exploring the power within you is to jump into inspired action. So the first tool was jumping into new beliefs. The second tool was jumping into gratitude. The third was jumping into mindfulness. And the fourth one is jumping into inspired action. Now, the word here, which is the most important word here? Please open the chat box and tell me what you see on your screen. What is the most important word over there? There are 4 words that you see. Which is the most important word? Most of you have written action, 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 action. Some of you say jump. I see Rashna who says inspired. Rashna, high five to you. Why is inspired a very important word in this entire phrase? Because a lot of us are taking a lot of action, and that is random action, action that is not serving us. What we need to do is take inspired action. Now, you might wonder what the hell is inspired action. So I'm going to share that with you, right? Inspired action is action that you feel good about. Okay. Actions that come from a place of joy, actions that come from a place of guidance. See, we have to understand that the heart also has a certain intelligence. In fact, there's a lot of research that is happening with people that go through heart replacement surgeries. And the feelings get transferred from one place to another, from one person whose heart it was to the person who they've transported the heart to after a surgery. They've realized that feelings remain. Now, this shows that the heart has its own intelligence. Okay. The problem is we're not able to silence the mind. The mind wants to do too many things, too many actions in too many places. But the heart knows which action to take at what time and how to take it. And that is inspired action. And when we take those actions, we actually feel joy. So, for example, let's say you wake up in the morning and suddenly you woke up a little early and your heart says, let's go for a walk. And you actually happen to listen to your heart and you said, yeah, let's go for a walk. You somehow managed to wear the shoes, carry a water bottle with you, and you stepped out into the garden. And that walk in the garden gave you joy. That is an inspired action. That is an inspired action. Okay. Whereas when you see too many people, let's say buying this Fitbit belt and doing 10,000 steps, and you also have to do it because the whole world is doing it, it may not necessarily be an inspired action. You understand the difference? Yeah. So inspired action is action that you have fun with. You have fun while you create. Okay. You also know why you're doing it. The intention of an inspired action is very, very high. So, for example, let's say you're not in talking terms with one of your relatives or one of your friends. And an inspired action could be that I want to build this relationship. So, the intention over there is very, very important. Okay. Let's say you're trying to build a habit. So, you want to write this gratitude marathon for 30 days. You want to cultivate this new habit. So every day when you sit down to write your gratitudes is an inspired action. Okay. Now, how do you take inspired action is you got to beat procrastination. You have to beat procrastination. What has to get done has to get done. Time is slipping by. You don't have time to waste. And all of this motivational stuff, Gyan, is good, but how do you do it, right? So there's a lady called Mel Robbins. Please go watch her videos or pick up her book. She's got this book called The 5 Second Rule. And she says something very interesting. She says that between the time I feel the desire to do something, for example, I woke up in the morning and I say, okay, I'm going to go for a walk now. From the time I get that feeling to the time that the mind takes over and makes excuses, oh no, you do it tomorrow, you're too tired, let it be, you have another day, you can always do it tomorrow. Do you have to do it today? Your bones are aching, you have a long day. Before all of these excuses come in, there's a 5 second window. And she says, in that 5 second window, from the time the mind says, let's go for a walk, to the time the excuses come in, there's a 5 second window. And in that 5 second window, she says, if you can count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and physically move, it's like blocking your mind from giving those excuses. And she says there is neuroscience behind it. She said it's a stupid hack, but it works. She said, try it and you will be able to do a lot of things you procrastinate or you waste time on. So try it and do it. Find an accountability partner to work with you. Every day, ask the accountability partner to check on you. Let's say, for example, if you're working on your health, did you eat healthy? Did you drink those 2 or 3 liters of water that you needed to drink? Did you take that walk in the morning? Did you hit the gym? Have an accountability partner work with you, right? See how you can change small actions into inspired actions. And most importantly, surrender. What is surrender? Surrender does not mean you give up on stuff. Surrender means you realize that you have very limited thinking, but there is a big pair of hands above there taking care of you. Okay. So I'm going to teach you something called the placemat exercise. And that's one of the last things that I want to talk about in terms of exercises. So what you can do is take a piece of paper. Okay. And when you make a to-do list, how many of you make a to-do list here? Put to-do in the chat box. Do you make a to-do list? What do we do in our to-do list? In our to-do list, we write down everything that we want to do, right? So for example, call so-and-so person, or make this project, or deliver this project, or get to, or go for my son's PTA meeting, or prepare for a birthday celebration, whatever your to-do is, okay? Now, what I want you to do is take a piece of paper. Okay, let me just pull it up. Take a piece of paper where you write your to-do, and you split that paper into 2 halves. On the left side, write down the things that you normally would in your to-do. And on the right side, write down things that you would like universe to do for you. So for example, I'll give you an example. I'm hosting a 2-day workshop in Chennai on public speaking. So my to-do is we need to get participants for that workshop. So that is something that I will put on the left. On the right, I will put something that I would like the universe to do, which is get me connected to all the people who really, really want to be a part of my workshop, right? Gather those participants for me. Magically connect me to those people. So I put that on the right because that is something that I want the universe to do for me. And on the left, I put down what I'm going to do. Okay. So this is how you take inspired action. You do what you can do, leave the rest to the universe and let the universe do it for you. And most importantly, get ready to receive. A lot of us are not used to receiving. So even when the universe gives you an opportunity, you're like, no, I don't want it. You want a partner very badly, but when a partner comes to you, you only see red flags and you're scared and you run away. So we tend to do that, right? There's an opportunity for you to make money or for you to get promoted, you sabotage it. So don't do that. Remember, get ready for success. How do you do that? Have your gratitudes every day. Be more mindful. Be in the moment. Do the placemat. Do your marathon. Create your new story. Create your vision board, and you will be able to create a brand new life for yourself. Louise Hay is a very beautiful author. She's a classic example of somebody who claimed her own power. She also has this book called The Power Is Within You. It's a beautiful book. Go pick it up. Okay. And she says By the way, she's a story. She was somebody who was raised in a foster home. She went through a lot of abuse. She had no money in her account and she died as a billionaire. Okay. She also cured her own cancer through naturopathy and healing thoughts twice. So she is literally an example. She is the founder of Hay House and she's written a lot of books called Heal Your Life. The Power is Within You. And she says the point of power is always in the present moment. No matter what has happened in the past, don't worry about what's going to happen later. In this moment is where you have the power within you. You have the power to choose your thoughts. You have the power to be more mindful. You have the power to experience life fully in this moment. Okay. So, on that note, what we are going to do is we're going to do a quick, very quick meditation. Ekta, do we have time for a small meditation or are we running out of time?
Yes, we can have a short meditation session. So here also I have launched the feedback poll. So if you have liked this session, you can rate this session on a feedback poll. I guess after this meditation, everyone will be on a peaceful and will have the sense of peace. So we do not want to disturb you. So once the meditation is over, we can close this session. So please, Almaz, you can guide everyone for a guided meditation.
Okay. So, before we go into the meditation, I'd like to also hear from you in terms of what did you enjoy about the session and what is it that you're taking back today? And then what we're going to do is we're going to close this session with the powerful meditation. So please open your chat box and also tell me what is it that you're taking away? What did you like the most, etc.
I would like to thank you, Almaz, for coming for this particular session and conducting this and sharing your valuable insights and recommendations.
Yeah, I think some people are filling feedback. We'll just wait for that.
Yeah. So, Almas, we will allow 2 minutes of time
Sure.
to share everyone feedback or to reply in the chat sections what they have taken away from this particular session, and we will start with the meditations.
Yeah, sure. Let's take 2 minutes. No problem.
Yeah, Almas, we can start with the meditation.
Okay. All right. Great. So, what I'd like you to do is gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in and out. Once again, deep breath in and out. One last time, take a deep breath in and out. And as you breathe deeply, I'd like you to bring all your attention to your feet. And I'd like you to imagine your feet firmly in the ground. Bring all your attention to your head. Relax your head. Relax your eyes, your nose. Relax your cheeks, your chin, your ears. Just relax yourself. Relax your neck and your shoulders. And relax your back. Feel this wave of relaxation all the way to your chest and to your stomach. Relax your hips, your thighs, your knees. Relax your calves. Relax your toes. It's time to relax your hands, your arms, your elbows, and your fingers. Just relax fully. I'd like you to imagine a white light flowing from the top of your head down your body all the way to your toes. A lovely white light. For some of you, it may be a soft pink light. And I'd like you to expand that light in your head as much as possible. Just expand that light into your head and allow it to flow it through your body gently and slowly as you deeply relax in your body. You are here now. It's just you and your breath and nothing else. Slowly feel the white pink light flowing all the way through your relaxed body, down all the way to the tips of your toes. You are in this moment now with no thoughts, fully alive, fully present, fully aware. And with this new feeling and awareness that you are here now, I'd like you to take a deep breath once again and out. Once more, breathe in and out. One last time. Breathe in and out. And I'd like you to gently open your eyes. Just rub your hands, put them on your eyes. Just stay with this feeling. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. God bless you. Thank you.